Merry Sunday, everyone. My name's Max. Welcome to Raygo Chess. This is my road to 1000 ELO. We're currently 897. It's probably not Sunday, actually, by the time you're watching this. The highest rating we've been is like 924. Sorry, I've had one or two drinks a day. I've been in the back garden in the sun, having a little barbecue with the family. And by one or two drinks, I actually mean I don't know how many I've had. And I really probably shouldn't be playing, but because I'm addicted and my baby mama is putting the baby to bed, I have to come and have a game. Without further ado, let's get into this. I wonder if having a drink and feeling relaxed can do us some justice. So we're just gonna play the habits. We're not really gonna do an opening. Do the basics. Look to develop our pieces. Push the pawn. Get the second bishop out. Castle. Get the breathing space. Snorkel for the old king. Get the rooks into the center. Yeah, that's what we're looking to do. It would be nice, really, to get into the 900 club at this point, because when I first started the channel, well, not when I first started, but when I started playing again a couple of weeks ago, we actually managed to get into the 900 club, and that was playing with the Heart A Italian opening and the Sicilian with the blacks. And I suppose we must have been doing all right looking back. But we've decided to go with these habits because I think consistently playing with the habits is just going to be more wins than losses. I'm hoping that's the case. And obviously with more wins than losses consistently, hopefully that will get us to the 1000 ELO mark quicker. So that's what we're doing. So we've just abandoned, really. Okay. That's not a bad move, to be fair, because if I push forward now, you're just going to take, we'll have to take double up our pawns. One thing I will say is Chess Bra, who we've got these habits off, would totally ignore that and just do it anyway. However, I'm thinking we can do the Chess Bra moves at our own pace. Can't we? So let's just get the castle in and go at our own pace. So if I was to bring the queen here now, then we can push that without doubling up our pawns. So now we push this, attack the bishop. Oh, saying that actually. Oh yeah, sorry. Let's do this first. Get that pawn up. Pawn up. Not pawn hub. What? God damn, how many of you had to drink? So, now we attack this because it's in our neck of the woods. And then to complete our development at this point, we just get the breathing space for the king. So that is like the snorkel prevents this knight from coming in. We can take it. We've got one bishop out. We've got both our knights out. We're looking to get this bishop out now. Obviously, we can't go there, which we would have liked to do to pin the knight because of this pawn. He's sort of looking actually like he's doing the same sort of thing we're doing, looking to bring this bishop out now as well. So really, our best position is putting the bishop there. And for anyone who is new here, I have actually got a confirmation button on in the bottom right corner. Just to it's preventing mouse slips because I don't know whether it's my mouse or whether I'm just not consistent with like pressing the correct buttons, but for some reason I always end up doing a mouse slip somewhere. So now we're looking to get this trade off with this bishop. And obviously, yeah, let's just get it. We're happy to trade. Now he can only take with this pawn, which means he's going to be doubling up his pawns, which straight away, I think that does us a favour. Now I'll probably fight for the middle, and then if he takes with his knight, I'll take with the pawn. And although that does double up, actually, we could hit this, but then you're going to hit that, and then you're really going to capitalise by putting yourself in a better position. So I think maybe this one, and then if you take with that, then we take with this pawn. But then if you push forwards, then I suppose we can take with that. And everything's safe. But then your knight will be gone because it's already entered the battle prior. So yeah, that's the first move that we're considering. Secondly, we could just maybe bring our rook involved before we do that. And then when this pawn is off this file, it's attacking the queen, which you'll have to think about. I do like the sound of that, to be fair. What I don't like is one of our pieces landing on this square and him having the ability to take with that, and then obviously threatening our queen. So if I take there now, it's a bit prematurely, and he wouldn't really recommend that, I don't think. And by here I mean Chessbra. So maybe we get the rook involved first on the same rank as the queen. At that point, he's not going to hop in there because we can take. He's not going to hop in there because we can take. Especially when we put the rook there. He could hop in there, but then I could hop in there and then you could take. And then we could throw our knight in anyway. You throw your knight in, we can take with the bishop. And then back it with the pawn. You can't go there. Yeah, let's do that first. Because the whole point of the chess habits is to not get carried away. You know what I mean? It's about getting your pieces lined up and then attacking. But because of my instincts of how I played since 18 months ago, all my bones in my body saying just go for it, because that square looks good to me. It's not like his pawn can come down and attack it. But there's something now after watching chess habits that tells me, well, if you put the rook on this file facing his queen, then somewhere in this entire battle, you know, everyone just going in for it, blah, 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 blah. Our rook is on the same file as his queen, as is his. But technically, we are one move ahead, aren't we? So in this scenario, I will push back. And then if he pushes forward with his pawn, I can take. And then, like I've just said, puts us in good stead, doesn't it? If he pushes with this pawn, I'll probably just take. And then you take. And then I'll probably hop in, you take, I take. Attacking the knight. Then if the knight goes in there, we can get it. And if it goes in there, that might be a problem. What? Did I just see that far ahead? Or am I intoxicated? What? Okay. Push forward, I can get you. Push forward, I can't get you. I can drop back one more. I could hit that now. That's a free pawn. Let's not think about it. Let's take that pawn. That's what chess bra would do. That's a free pawn, baby. Take that. And not only that, like my dad was saying, get his clock counting when you can. So if I move this, what are you in line for? xray.co.uk, but I can hit you. So you're not going to do that. I'm not going to allow you to take that because that's just, I can't get you back. Unless I push this forward and then I can. But then you can hop it with your knight. So I don't really want to push that forward because I'll have no attacker of that. Whereas if I hop back and then hop back in there, that's all bis though, isn't it, really? And then I've just got a free pawn. Let's do that. Miso like the sound of that, so... What? Shut up. Miso like the sound of that, so... We do need to get this queen up and connect the rooks, really, as well. But we couldn't refuse the opportunity to snag ourselves a free pawn. So now we've both taken a bishop each, but I'm a pawn up and a pawn up, right? With that being said, I used to look at pawns. Pawns, these. Dirty folk, dirty folk. I used to look at pawns like they were insignificant. Like, who cares if you take one of my pawns? Big whoopee doo, Basil. But now I look at it like, no, that's a soldier, mate. That's a soldier in the war. What are we talking about? Are you just going to let your brother die? You better fight for that, musketeer, rude boy. So that's pretty simple what we're going to do there. You just take. No hesitation. And now we go there, and then you take, and then we take. I can't do that because of the queen. Can't do that because of the queen. So I think we're going to have to hop back into the middle. Hit this. Yeah. Let's hop back into the middle. That's okay for now. As long as we're attacking the middle, we can always put the knight in the middle. Because that's where knights belong, in the middle. You know what I mean? Yeah, the power of the pawn is not to be underestimated by any stretch of the imagination. So the fact that I'm a pawn up, it might sound insignificant. It really does. It really does. But come the end game, him being a pawn down and having pawns doubled up on the same rank, that's problematic for him. And I'm not sitting there saying I'm going to win this game, but that's a fact. None of my pawns are crossed, and I've got a pawn on every single file. Every single file has a pawn. That automatically just puts me in a better predicament than him. And that's not me talking like a drunk. That's me talking facts. And like I say, I don't know if I'm going to win, but it definitely puts me in a better scenario than him. That's for sure. So now we need to continue with the habits, and that means getting our queen out and connecting the rooks. So what have you just done? Well, now you're attacking this, so I'm seeing one attacker, two attacker, three attacker. I'm seeing one defender. If I push here, it's defended by this. If you take, and then I take, and then you take, you get your pawn back. come here, take... Oh, sorry. Take, or vice versa, take, depending on what he wants to save. And then you can't hit me straight away because obviously the knight's in. Well, you could, but you're not going to really sacrifice a rook for a knight. You might. Unlikely. So I'm feeling like that's the best move. Because we're basically presenting like, let's trade. If I was to hop here and then you was to take and then I was to take and then you was to take, you're infiltrating. Big time. And I don't like that. And if I come here, you're not going to take your queen. So I think it's in our best interest. Unless I can't go there anywhere with the queen. Can't take that. So the queen can't do anything. Moving a rook there does nothing. Moving the bishop, nothing. Can't take that. If I hop in there, it does nothing. Doesn't attack anything. So let's just fight for the centre. Lose a pawn. But we are a pawn up, so it just puts us even again. But he has still got 2 pawns doubled up. Okay, so he has decided to sacrifice the bishop and take with the queen. But now I can hop in there and attack the queen. And then you're going to have to move the queen. But before I do that, I could push here and attack the queen. And then you can't go there. You could go there. You could go there. But I think it's just in our best interest to do a random pawn move right now. And attack the queen with a pawn. Also preventing any more of his pawns from marching forwards. So we're attacking the queen. You're not going to take that because I can just get you. So you need to react. Try not to overthink it too much. Now what I want to do is get our queen onto a d2. Back in the knight. And then give the knight an opportunity to jump out. But maybe before we do that, we got our rook on the e file. That's, well, the queen's going to move, isn't it? So it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now the queen's attacking this. So we just move across, we're back this. So you're not going to take it. We keep pawn structure alive. Let's just do that and put the clock back in his half of the board. This knight isn't going to go there because I can take it. It's not going to go there because I can take it. Okay. What does that do? That does nothing. Are you trying to get over here and attack with the queen? Maybe. But if I just go there and then you go there, I've always got the ability to take you out. But let's just get this knight involved in the game. I don't know what he's doing with that rook, but I don't like it. Oh no, I don't like it. What? Thought you might be doing that. Okay. So if I go there and then you take and then I take, you're going to have to take your rook and then I'm going to take your rook out of the game. So that's not going to happen. I don't believe that threat. I really don't believe that threat. You're going to lose 2 rooks for a knight and a rook? Me no believe you. Yeah, I thought you might be going there. But, okay. So now you're looking at it like you hit that with the backing of the rook. And that's checkmate. But if I just hop in there, then you can't come in with the queen. It stops this because I can hit that. Not only that, then I can hit this rook. But before I do that, is there anything else? Could hit that rook with the queen, but that's ridiculous. So hop there. You take. I take with the queen. Another idea is just push forwards. But I want to develop this and attack that. Push forwards. You still can't come in, so you're out of the game. Then you can't go there because I can take. The queen can't come down. Hop in there. You take. I take. Actually, no, I don't, because it leaves that. Actually, no, it doesn't leave it on mark because of the queen's back in it. Hop in there. Hop in there. Okay. So, hop in there. You take. I take. Then I hop in there, threatening this, which means you're going to take, then I take. Then I march that pawn up the board, maybe. He does say don't move this, but he does say push that if we need to, but that's usually a bishop and a queen aiming at that to push that. Let's free the rook. Free the rook. What now, Pinocchio? What now? Okay, so if I take that, you're just going to come in. So what if I take that? You just hung a rook. And now by all means you go for that, mister. You go for that. I dare you. I double dare you. What if I hit that? If you take that, I'm just going to take that. But then I suppose you could take with the rook. Hang on. You take, I take. You take. That's problematic. So what if I go here? It's all too slow. What if I go here? No, I can't because of that. Okay. What if you take, I take, you take, I push up, you take, it's too slow, I lose. I take, you take, I lose. I move the king. You take, I take, I move the king. Backed, protection. Get the king over here. I feel like that's it, because if I take this and you take that and then I take that, my queen's on the corner. I can't help. I feel like we need to get the king away. We need to get the king away. get the king away. If he takes, we push down. Oh, no, 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 no. Hang on a minute. If I take, you take. If I push down, if I push down, threaten this, and then you drop down. Then I drop, push up. What if I come across here and attack that next and the queen? What if I push up here and you drop? And then I come up. That's all long. If I push up here and then you drop, then I come up, you'll take my rook. If I drop down here and then you drop down, then I push up, you'll take my queen. This is a problem. It's a big problem. Push up here. Push up here. Push here. You drop. I take. No, because you're going to take the queen. Hang on a minute. Think about this for a second. I'm going to have to let this rook go. Push here. You drop. I push. And then you can infiltrate in all kinds of ways. What if I push here? You drop. I push up. You come and take. And I offer to, hit you with a check. Trade queens. Drop the rook. Defend the pawn. Get the king involved. So, here, you drop. I come up. You take. I come across, putting you in check. You take with your queen. I take with my rook. You come up, hit that. I haven't got a better idea. Do not have a better idea. I really don't. he's going to drop. Then I could hit with the check. Hang on a minute. What if... Yo. You drop. I come up. And then I push up 1. That'll be check. Now you'll have to drop there to stop checkmate. But then I come up. And then I hit with that. Then that will be checkmate. Oh, no, no, no. Let's go on this square. Hang on a minute. You've only got to come in there if I go there. And that's checkmate. Unless I go... If I go there and you come in, there's no way out. If I go there and you come in, I can drop there. And then we can trade. Right, so now I push forward, put you in check, you drop. Then I hit there and put you in check, and that's checkmate. 1, drop. Yeah, thought so. He was never going to allow it. Never going to allow it. Hang on, if you hit there now, then I can just hit with this rook. And then you just lose a rook. So you ain't going to do that. So it's got to be a queen trade. And if not, I come up, hit you. Like, for example, if he was to hit that, I come up. Oh no, because then... But I suppose I could just hit that and take it out. Damn, smoky. Yeah. Never had a choice. Never had a choice. Yeah, that's exactly how I worked it out. Now, we basically have to get this king into the centre and start trying to take these pawns out. Leave this rook here. He's obviously going to come across here and try and hit this one, I imagine. At that point, we could probably come here. Start climbing our way around. The end game, not nice. Not nice at all. I feel like we could have quite easily just lost then. Maybe I've had one too many shandies. But one wrong square then would have been game, set, and match. And that's just when you think you've got him. Like, he must have done all them calculations up here with himself. So you come here, I come there. Then where do you go? You drop down. What, you attacking that? If you're going to hit that, I hit that, you hit that, I hit that, that. Hopefully my king is enough to stop this. Blooming neck is like... Oh, now we can hit that as well. So maybe I need to drop there. Or do I drop here and attack this? You come across there. But then you're attacking the king. So no, because then if I come down, that's problems. If I push up, you take this pawn. It's got to be there, isn't it? Push that. It's going to hit this. It could just come down, actually. Hit both of these. This is where it falls apart, isn't it? Let's just take some pawns out of the game. Don't know what else to do. Need to get the king off this square. But, off this rank. But I can't because it's back in this. If he drops, I'm going to have to go up. And then he's going to hit that. But then I suppose I can hit that. Or maybe I just go straight up and hit that one. Nah, I need to hit that, don't I? This is anyone's game, I suppose. And the problem is, when he drops back like that, and then I push forwards, it's his move again. My pawns are falling. That was probably a bad move, because now I can't even go on this square. That was a bad move. I go there and you drop there. Then I drop there. Then you drop there. Might be able to get you. This is big problems, guys. Big problems. Oh, do not like the look of this at all. gonna have to try and get my queen under here. I mean, my king. Or do I just leave it there? I don't know. Somehow, we've got no pawns and he's got loads. How that happened, I'll never know. Followed the habits. Really did. Hopefully pushes it forward or something. Could come here, hit the queen, get behind this and try and run it. I mean, the king. You push, I take. You go under, I come here, put you in check. You probably move down, I come across. Oh no. It's painful. Absolutely painful. Painful, painful, painful. Wow. Wowzers. I just made a mess in my trousers. What? Keep it PG, Max. Keep it PG. Golazzo! 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 Giddy up there, my boy. Giddy up there, my boy. Why did you just resign, boss man? Why did you just resign? Oh my goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Quick game review. Follow the habits. Trust the habits. Wow. He played like a 1400 and I played like a 1200. 75.1% accuracy. 78. Let's have a quick review. I don't know where the commentary is. That's all fine. What's the commentary? I don't know what's going on with the commentary. Anyway, all that, he looks like he might be doing it all as well, you know, the habits. Push him away. That weren't very... Oh, no, that was... Was that habit like? Habit like? Suppose so. Yeah, now he's released his other bishop. That's another habit. I did the same. But he didn't take the bishop, and I did, and then he crossed his pawns. And then he threatened my bishop. I followed the habits, I backed down. RPM on his behalf, random pawn move. But he did the random pawn move before he got his bishop out. He could have got his bishop, like here, for example. Got it in the game, then we would have traded them, I suppose. But I got that random piece, and then he brought his bishop out there. I just moved back. We traded. Nothing wrong there on my behalf. Went back to the middle. I could have went to the centre. Then he would have took, and then I would have took, and he would have took his queen. And all of a sudden, his queen's in the middle of the board. No, he couldn't have because of my bishop, yo. So maybe that would have been a better move. Yeah. My bad. One move too slow. And I took, he took. Yeah, because if he would have done that before, I would have had the bishop. Bang. Idiot. Never seen it. Trying to protect the pieces. Get my queen up. He doubled his rooks because he's following the habits. Got my rook involved. And then he's pressurizing my queen. And I don't know how I seen it. Maybe it would have been better to push this. But Stockfish isn't arguing with that. Then he went there. Yeah, then I took his rook. And somehow he was in a mad position. Yeah. Yeah, look. So after all them calculations, moving my king was the right move. Oh, actually, it is saying put the rook there. Explain. No. Alright, let's just say got that. Let's go back. Explain. So if I was to go there, and then you take, and then I take, and then you take with the rook. Oh, I suppose my queen would have been back in that, because this piece would have been gone. Oh, what a muck. What a muck. Yeah, because if I would have brought the rook here, and then he took, and then I took, this square is free. So if he takes with his rook, I've got two rooks on this file, and the queen's now back in this piece, so his queen can't come in. So if he was to take that and then take that again, I take with my queen, attacking his queen. I've got both of his rooks, and if his queen swoops in to get my queen, I can take with the king. How didn't I see that? Too defensive, man. Too defensive. Built a rod for my own back. Wow. A great. So, for whoever sat there for me doing all them calculations thinking, Max, it ain't that problematic. I found a great move, and all it was putting the queen there. And then I just lost it all. So it's supposed to go there. Explain. Hang on. So let's go back. Explain. I was supposed to go there. Next, you go there. Go there with the rook. Okay. And I would have been a rook up. But what did I do? I went to the wrong square. And why did I do that? Because if you come in with that queen, then I come. Yeah. And now we're just even Steven. And then for me, look at this the the black bar down the left and the white. Like, I'm well being defeated here. And then he's just clean up on aisle B. Threw in a check. Moved the king. That was a good move, to be fair. He's cleaning up pieces. Hit the king. Yeah, to be fair, I don't know if I spoke it out, but I did these calculations in my head, and I just thought, well, if you push, I move. And then I go up, and then you go to G. By that time, I can get across and put you in check. And then the only place for you to go is in line with the queen. And then when I put you in check again, I'll be able to at least hit it. But I thought he was going to maybe go back to here, so that when I took the queen and my king was over here, he could have just took my rook. So I was prepared to do it and lose a rook. For example, I went up, he pushed down. I have to move because I'm in check. He queens, which was apparently the wrong move because he was supposed to do it there. And then I would have hit with my king because I would have been in check. So I couldn't hit with the rook. And then when you push, I would have hit with the rook and you would have took my rook. And then you come down, hit blah-de-blah. However, he queens because he'd never seen that coming. Then he went there. Then I hit him with the check. Obviously, he can't go to any of these because of my king. He can't go there. But he could have went there. And when he did that, if he would have went there, I would have kept doing that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and just caught the draw. But he went there, which was a mad one, because now I take your queen. But that's not over because, well, I suppose if you would have went there, I hit. But then you've only got a drop and I go up. And then you're taking my rook, brother. And then all of a sudden you've got a king and a rook. And all I've got is these two. And you could just promote. So that resignation on your behalf, that was your game to win. And you've resigned. For some reason, me taking your queen was a mad one. I suppose another option, you could have... So whose go was it? Yeah, so I took... It was your go. Let's say you would have went there, I would have took. So you couldn't have done that. If you would have pushed there, and then I pushed there, and then you couldn't have dropped again because I would have just hit it. So I suppose if I would have pushed there, yeah, you drop, I push up. You queen, I take. It's not happening. Because obviously if I can get my king there and just put the rook there, that's checkmate. Because obviously the kings are looking at each other. I just come across, boom, checkmate. So I suppose, yeah. Push, take with the rook. Not the king. No, because I would have been in check. So push, check. I take, you drop, I have to go up, you get my rook. Simple as that. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining one bit. We are back in the 900 club, ladies and gentlemen. And we followed the habits. I don't think... I got the one move in the middle wrong. And it was the decisive move. But luckily, and this is what Chess Bar says, play to the end. Because these 800, 900s, up to 1500, you're always with a chance of winning. And whatever he's seen, he didn't see that. So maybe he thought that was coming. A checkmate. But maybe he didn't see it. I don't know. But he resigned. So hope you enjoyed this video. Like the video if you have, leave me a comment, and if you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.